Hello. Thank you for coming. Thank you for not going someplace else. Thank you for not staying home and watching a show about an angry doctor on TV. Thank you for coming here.
Amen.
I hate it when they don't. Might as well say hello. We're just a room full of people, so hello.
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 I made that up. I did. For group. Group. My group? A bunch of fucked up people sitting around in little wooden chairs in the basement of Our Lady of Perpetual Hypocrisy Church, being all fucked up, sitting in a circle, jonesing for a cigarette, drinking coffee, and at the apex of the circle, and I know a circle does not have an apex, but this is not a perfect circle, so it has an apex. And at the apex of our circle is our leader, Mr. Call Me Joe. And I won't call him Joe. You can tell he's our leader. He's the only one in natural fibers. And you gotta respect him for that. Unfortunately, his brain isn't present. His brain went missing in 1997, went on a trip with Lucy in the Lollapalooza, and never came back. And now all us fucked up people sitting around, jonesing for a cigarette, drinking coffee, and being all fucked up. Trish, pills. Harvey, booze. Joyce, booze. Mrs. Davidson stuck her head in an oven. Be Jennifer. Codependency thing with her boyfriend. Won't go out without him. Be Jennifer's boyfriend. Nothing wrong with him. He's just with Jennifer. Be Stu. Weird. And the girl with the glasses, who chews on her split ends and hasn't said anything in 3 weeks, except there's nothing wrong with her? There is. Trust me. And then there be me. What's my problem? Guess. They got creative therapy in group. The idea of that is you make things with your hands, and your brain is busy keeping your hands busy, so your brain doesn't have time to explode. Making things, useful things like ceramic bears to put cookies in, or those little Canadian maple leaves made out of burnt out matchsticks, or candles rolled in sand. Or macrame. Woo! Macrame! The last bastion of macrame is group. Those macrame owls with big button eyes you hang on the wall. Or lampshades made out of popsicle sticks. You know how many popsicle sticks it takes to make a lampshade? Thousands! Poor Mrs. Davidson wanted one of those popsicle stick lampshades so badly, she had to get her stomach pumped. She ate all those popsicles all by herself in the bathtub, and only grape. Why? She came out of that bathtub looking like a big birthmark. She had to go to the hospital to get her stomach pumped. She was as big as a 7-Eleven. She was as big as a house. House! The lampshade came out looking not too bad, if you like that sort of thing, but I don't. So this one week, Mr. Call Me Joe, and I won't call him Joe, says to us, hey gang, or hey guys, gang or guys, he's always calling us. Makes you feel like you should be on a field trip to a museum or something, holding onto a rope. Next week for creative therapy, I want you to create something at home and bring it in and show it to the group. Okay, so what I do? I go home, I make it up, I come in, I sit down, and I do it. And Mr. Call Me Joe, and I won't call him Joe, he says, "Hey, Victor, man, what was that you were doing?" And I say, "Being angry and alone and rolling a tiny invisible ball between my fingers. What do you think, you jerk?" And he says, "What's inside the ball?" What's inside the ball? What's inside the invisible ball? And he says again, "What's inside the ball?" And I say, "It's invisible, you moron. If there was something in it, it would be visible." "Oh, it's all about the ball, Victor." And I say, "No, it's not about the ball." "Oh, then what's it about?" "It's about me being angry and alone." And he says, "Well, that's not creative." And I say, "Why not? Yes, it is so creative. I should know. I created it." Acting. They give awards for acting. I? Best liar. Thank you very much. Best written lie. Thank you very much. Best directed lie. Thank you very much. I know all about awards. I won one once. I did. I won 2, 4, 8, late, sell, work. Salesperson of the month. I won sanitary vacuum salesperson of the month. I don't remember what month, but it was at least 28 or as many as 31 days, and that's a lot of days to be the best. And I was. And it wasn't in office either, no. It was the Greater Metropolitan Salesperson Umbrella Organization for the Greater Metropolitan Region. And that takes in sales of every kind. I never knew the organization existed until I got the letter. But hey, I'm not going to argue. Sanitary vacuum salesperson of the month? I remember when I opened the letter, I get to working it out in my head. How it's going to be night of. Night of. Me and Marianne take a taxi down to the Ramada Inn where the awards are being held. Take a taxi because I'm on the booze then. Don't drink and drive. Yeah. Get there, walk into the Ramada Inn, over to reception, and I say, "Excuse me, can you tell me where the awards are?" And she goes, "Ooh." And she points us off to a meeting room. We go in. The place is filled with people, sitting at these long tables with white paper tablecloths, drinking tomato juice. And they're all looking at us. And they're thinking, that guy, he looks like a winner. And isn't she lovely? I'm pleased, she's beaming. Sit at the head table, have our hot turkey dinner, and all the rye and gingers that I want. Then they call my name. I get up. I receive my plaque with my name and my picture on it. I make a speech about my father, the septic tank hero. The crowd is moved by my reminiscences. Some people are crying. Everybody claps. Then I, with my award under one arm and my wife on the other, leave and begin my new and happy life. If you believe that, you haven't been paying attention up to now. Turns out, night of is Marianne's girls' night out. lingerie party. Sorry, can't make it. Fine. I go by myself. I take a taxi down. The driver takes me the long way round. Fine. Everybody's got to make a living. Get there. Nobody knows anything about any awards. Fine. Spend 20 minutes looking for the room. Finally find it, level 2, basement. I go in, there's about a dozen people sitting around watching TV on their cell phones. Fine. Turns out dinner is hot turkey sandwiches. Turns out it's a cash bar. Fine. Turns out the whole thing is put on by the Amway people. And they do a big demonstration of Amway and then explain to us why we should all get out of whatever business we're in and get into Amway. Fine. I get my plaque, it's got my name spelled wrong and a picture of Andrew on it. I don't get to make a speech because, as it turns out, everybody there is getting a Salesperson of the Month award. Fine. After, we all go to this strip club where some skinny blonde woman takes her bra off on a plaid blanket and throws up. Fine. I go home, Mary Ann's sitting in front of the tube, and I say, "Oh, Mary Ann." And she goes, "Shh, I'm watching this. It's a show about algae." Fine. I sit down, and I ask myself a question. I ask myself, what's wrong with me? I know, probably some of you have an answer for that. But I'm not asking you, I'm asking me, and that's an important point in a person's life when you can ask yourself a personal question like that. And I'm asking myself, what's wrong with me? I get a dictionary and I look up me. Me, objective case of I. So I look up I. I, subjective case of me. Objective case of me, subjective case of I, objective case, subjective case, objective case, subjective case, objective case, subjective case. And I realize the problem's not with me. The problem's not with I. The problem's with the case. The case. Celebratory music, please.